Hello, and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. From today, we're going to take a look at a series of beers from one of the best brewing companies in Japan, and that is Kyoto Brewing Company in Kyoto, Japan. Kyoto is in the center of Japan. It was kind of the ancient capital until around the mid 1800s when the capital moved to Tokyo. And the Kyoto Brewing Company was founded in 2015 by three foreign residents of the city. One is an American, one is a Canadian, and one is a Welshman. And they met when they were working on the JET program in northern Japan, and they were teaching in the same area and met each other and became very good friends. And full disclosure, I know them, and especially I've known the brewer for around 10 years, the head brewer. And he moved to Kyoto, and the three of them decided that they would start a craft beer brewery in the city of Kyoto. And they began in 2015. The brewer studied in the U.S., and he did an internship at Lost Abbey in California, quite a famous craft beer brewery there. And then he interned and worked for a while at Shiga Kogen in Nagano Prefecture in Japan, which is one of the best, if not the best, brewery in Japan. And right out of the gate, they were making great beers. In 2015, in fact, their first year, they were voted the best new brewery in Japan. And in 2019, they were voted the best brewery in Japan by Rate Beer Best Selection. They have a tap room in Kyoto, and currently, because of coronavirus, it's open only for takeout, so you can get beers and go outside and take them away, but they are not allowing people to gather inside. And it's open only on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and so I think occasionally on Thursdays as well. They have three main beers, flagship beers, I guess you could call them. One is a Saison, and the other is a Belgian IPA, and those are two styles that they excel at, really. And the third is a kind of light stout. And they also have a seasonal line they call Kimagure, and we'll look at one of those soon. And every 3 months they bring out a new beer. It generally tends to be an IPA or a pale ale of some sort, session beer perhaps. And they have a variety of other series. If you go onto their website, you can see all the different series of beers that they have. For example, their locality series, where they take a look at ingredients from the area, or perhaps collaboration with some kind of business in the area. If you go online, you can see a variety of those series that they have. On Rate Beer, there are 207 beers listed that they have made since 2015, and that was as of September in 2021, and it's a pretty accurate number. A friend of mine and a friend of the brewery has been keeping track of every single beer that they've made since they started. On Untapped, there were, when I last checked, actually I don't have a number for Untapped, but Untapped has a pretty high rating overall for all their beers. It's 3.72 out of 5. So yeah, I say you should go online and check them out. And in fact, one of the first beers we're going to look at is one of the beers in their locality series. So let's get started. We're going to look at 6 different beers from Kyoto Brewing, and this is now September of 2021. So these are some of their very latest beers. Okay. All right, and here is another beer in the line of Kyoto Brewing Company. This is a fairly new one. It's called Kyoto Brewing Tama. It's a sour wild ale, 5% by alcohol by volume, and 0 international bitter units. And this is made with muscat grape juice. And Tama, this kanji here, Tama means ball, and they claim they named this for the carbonation bubbles, little balls of carbonation that rise up. I think we could also apply it to the round Muscat grapes as well. And this is in their Mansai series, which they translate as iridescent. It might also be called full color series or many colors, that sort of thing. And it's made with a special lactic ale yeast, which allows them to use a slightly different process. And what they did was put this into a wort. They made a wort of almost 70% grape juice. And so before fermentation, they added the lactic yeast. And so instead of adding the fruit to an already soured wort, they added the yeast, the special lactic ale yeast, to the grape juice before it was fermented. The malt is Golden Promise and hops 0, Muscat grape juice, and lactic ale yeast. So they describe it as a kind of a beer juice hybrid, and we'll see how it is. Rate beer, 2 ratings, 3.35 average out of 5. Untapped, there were 41 ratings when I checked, and 3.77, a little bit higher. Okay, this was 740 yen, about $7 or so. Maybe a little less, maybe 650. Let's see how it is. I'm not a terribly big fan of sours, but this might be a slightly different one. Okay, it is kind of hazy, medium gold straw, slightly orangish perhaps, very thin head. Okay, the aroma right away, I get some lactic yeast buzz, lactic ale yeast buzz. Some mild perfumey fruity note behind it. Wow. Okay. Now I see what they mean by a beer juice hybrid. It definitely has a juice component. I'm not used to Muscat grape juice. The kind of grape juice I generally have, and I have it quite often, is red grape juice. But of course, Muscat grape juice would probably be much more successful as a beer-like beverage. Well, this Muscat, of course, is used in wine as well. This is interesting. It doesn't have the typical sourness of many fruit sours. Much lighter in that sense. And I think I like it better, actually. This is a very refreshing drink. On the beer, not beer scale, I would kind of tilt it towards the not beer scale, but clearly it has some alcohol. It has the lactic note, kind of fruity, lightly flowery. And the grape juice is quite refreshing. I think this works quite well. One thing I don't like about sours is the way they kind of grab the back of your tongue and just sort of squeeze, the astringency. And this is very light in that respect. So, I think I can recommend this beer quite well to you. Once again, it is called Kyoto Brewing Tama. And it's a fruit sour made with Muscat grape juice and lactic ale yeast, 5%. And you can go online and give these a try. Kyoto Brewing has a nice website. And they recently were featured in an NHK documentary series, which gives a really nice overview of their the history of the brewery, the development, and their future plans, and how they've kind of weathered the coronavirus pandemic times, which have really hurt a lot of businesses for sure. And so go online and check that out. I'll try to put a link to it. It may be limited in the time you can watch it, I'm not sure, but and give Kyoto Brewing a try if you are in Japan, for sure. that's it for today. Subscribe to the channel, and I would welcome any comments, and I reply to every comment, and maybe not instantly, but very quickly I will reply to you. And let me know what you think about Kyoto beer or fruit sours. Okay, take care, stay healthy, bye-bye.